Pretty frequently, actually. I always run into somebody, or it was crazy. There was a guy he lived in Kentucky for a while, and he lives in Turkey now with his family, and he lived in Ankara when I was there, so I always talk with him about it. Uh, but when I when I meet up with Emmanuel or Tyrese, or I get on the phone with them, that's always one of our topics of conversation. Is we were this close to something I think really special, and obviously something that the fans really wanted to see. And to this day, I still think that we would have won a national championship. I mean, I've, like, after he got hired, I had kind of started to pay attention. My Twitter was just filled with all his stuff, and I think that fast paced, high tempo bunch of threes. I mean, that's kind of where I've transitioned to as a pro. I've kind of gotten away from being big and clunky. I've tried to slim down a little bit, be quick, and be able to shoot threes on the move and everything. But that's kind of where the game's transitioning to. And I think a guy like Coach Pope that is young and hungry and ready to, for this stage, and obviously playing here, he understands what Kentucky fans are looking for, and uh, they want excitement. They want those, those high scoring games and big shots and big threes and celebrations and all that. And I think he's the perfect guy for the job. And uh, I'm really excited to get back to Lexington. Obviously, meet up with him and get to know him a little bit better as a person. But I'll be tuned in for sure on Kentucky games this year. Anything. I'm kind of living in Madison's shadow. She's really a rock star there. Every once in a while we go out to eat or something, especially like around campus. Like we always go to local taco. It's one of my first stops usually. Or like Corder Lima and places like that. Uh, but whenever, I get the opportunity to get back into Joe Craft Center, it's always great seeing everybody that was there. Um, but usually they recognize her. It's usually a bunch of like the little girls would kind of be whispering like, it's Madison Lily, and I'm like, that's you're really a rock star here, and she always will push me to the side. But any opportunity I get to, meet up with people, or people, ask what I'm doing, it's always love from the fans, and I really appreciate that. And that's a big reason why we ended up uh, staying there. I said this on social media too. Like Coach Cal changed my life. When I first got to campus, and the transition that I had to make for my body to be able to play in the SEC, and ultimately transition into being a pro, all stems from how he coaches players, and the demand that he puts on his guys. And I think he said it best. Like all good things come to an end, and I think it was great timing in terms of a good transition into a young and hungry coach like Coach Pope, and a guy that's been successful in his coaching career so far, and you know Coach Cal transitioning into something new and something fresh for him. And I was definitely shocked. Like I said, I he treated me like family from the first day I got there. So I'm a big Coach Cal fan. I'm not an Arkansas fan. I want everybody to know that right now. But I'm a big Coach Cal fan, and like I said, he really he changed my life, and has put me into this position as a young pro now. But I'm excited for him, and I'm happy to see KP's back with him. KP was the guy who really changed my life. That dang treadmill. But no, I think handing the keys over to Coach Pope was an amazing thing, and a guy that's been here and played for Kentucky is, I think, was the best possible option. I mean, for my first conversation with 20, I was I almost said yes right away, but then I was like, man, I gotta hold on. I gotta backtrack a little bit. I gotta cross off some things off my summer list and everything like that. But I've had great conversations with him since I first started, and I built a great relationship with him. Kellen Grady, actually, it was funny. He texted me and just like sent a picture of the roster, and there was like a bunch of like question marks, and he just put like the little side eye emoji, and I was like, I don't know. And then like a week later, I just sent him like the handshake, and he was like, "All right, locked in." And I was talking with Reed Travis just a little bit on Instagram the other day, and he's like, "This is going to be a lot of fun." Like, I think the thing that really for me kind of sealed the deal was being able to play and rep again. Uh, I left Rupp on a sour note. It still bothers me. I'm 27 years old now, but I'm really excited. And I think that the roster that was put together, and obviously with Tyler Eulis joining, was unbelievable. I mean, I think you couldn't ask for a better guy to that's just he's a junkyard dog. That's how he was as a player. I'm hoping he's the same way, as a coach. Just I mean, the first image that pops in my head is when he got his eye split and he's bleeding and he still played. And I that's just like that embraces and fully encompasses what it means to play basketball at the University of Kentucky. And uh I'm excited for it. I think it's an awesome opportunity for all of us that have played, but also to, some of the guys that might have been teammates with him, whatever the case is, just to have that full circle moment to, have that junkyard dog mentality again. My initial response, like I was on the phone with 20. I was in Monaco. We were playing in EuroLeague playoffs, and I was like, man, and he was amazing during this whole process because I was like, hey, like I got a game today. Give me a second. I'll call you back tomorrow. And what was supposed to be a 5 minute phone call just to introduce everything turned into a 35-minute phone call. And uh, I think just my initial reaction was like I wanted to jump on board right away, but I got gotta talk to my agent a little bit, make sure everything's cool with him. But he understands what it meant for me to play at the University of Kentucky and the opportunity to play with these guys and represent UK again, and then to get to play in Rupp and get involved in the community and all that. That was something that really stuck out to me and something that I'm really excited about. So at the end of the day, it was a no brainer for me and for my family, and my family's gonna be coming down to watch and all that. So no, I was really excited. I wanted the opportunity to play and rep again, but I didn't know how it would happen, and the fact that it's happening like this is a dream come true. Oh, I promise I'm better on defense. I know everybody's worried about that. I promise I am. I'm not. I'm still not, Patrick Beverly, but I'm getting better. But no, I've kind of transitioned into playing smaller and playing in like a more confined space in Europe in general, but definitely in EuroLeague this past year. It's super physical. The paint is super closed off. Real Madrid, you got Eddie Tavares is 7'4", and he just stands in the middle. So being able to play in short spaces, play quick, but also be super aggressive. And I think the thing that I was known for is obviously, spacing the floor and shooting, but I think I've taken that up to another level in the last couple years as a pro. So hopefully come in and bang some threes and also show off a little bit of athleticism, maybe get a fast break dunk. Uh, we got some good guys that can facilitate the ball. So I'm excited. The UK fan base, they are still, and I just played for some of the craziest fans in the world with Fenerbahce, but UK is up there. I think they're tied for number one with just how passionate they are. And you have a college arena that holds 20 something thousand people, and every single game was sold out. That just shows their dedication and their love for the game and how passionate they are. And for the whole event, I think just basketball in Lexington is something that's really special, and to have some of the big name guys that are coming onto this team and being headed by Tyler Eulis as the head coach, like this is an awesome full circle moment for me, and to do it in Rupp, that was like what really sealed the deal for me. Like I said it before, I'm TBT is always pops up in the summer, but like to be on a UK team and play in Lexington at Rupp, like it doesn't get any better. It's weird. It's very strange to me that when I was at Kentucky going into like transitioning from college into pro and meeting with agents and not knowing the questions to ask. And Kenny Payne actually really helped after everything happened with COVID. And, we were done. Like the NCAA said, like for me, like you're not allowed to play anymore. This transition period for me, like Rob, okay, I got to sign with an agent. KP really helped me. And I'm with the same agent that I signed with 4 years ago. And I know that that doesn't always happen. And the relationship that I have with KP really helped foster that relationship with my agent. And it's just been as a pro has been. I've had some ups and downs. My first year I played in the G League and then went to Israel, and I won a championship in Israel, which I was really excited about. And I went to Turkey and I was on like one of the bottom teams, and then just slowly grind, grind, grind. And then the next year I was on the best team regular season wise, and we lose in the semifinals. We should have won it. And then this past year, I was on the best team. Like it was just this slow, steady grind. But that's kind of been the story, and of my life, and especially basketball wise, just finding your place and then just climb up, maybe get knocked down, but keep going. And it's been a really, really amazing ride. And I'm trying to take this thing till the wheels fall off. And I'm really fortunate. I just signed a 2-year contract to go to Valencia in Spain. I'll be playing in the Spanish ACB, which is like the best domestic league in the world, and then playing in Euro Cup again, which I'm really excited about. And obviously, living in Valencia is not a bad thing. So, but yeah, it is a little bit surprising, and it was surprising it being at Kentucky was 4 years ago. It feels like a lifetime. For sure, Bledsoe, Willie Cauley Stein. Um, I obviously I know Reed, and I worked out a bunch with Kellen in the summer. Um, I played against Andrew Harrison, so I'm happy that he's on my team. He put me on an ISO one time last year, and I think I fouled him. I was just like, "All right, dude, like I can't let you get by me like this. This is kind of embarrassing." Um, but just I really everybody. I think being coached by Tyler is gonna be one of the coolest things, just because like I said, that image of him just with the blood coming down his eye, like that just is what is like what it is, and I don't know, I'm really excited about that. I mean, I would love to scrimmage if that's something that could happen. It's I always my favorite. I've talked with Tony about this too. My favorite thing is when an 18-year-old kid says, "Oh, I'm a grown man," and it's like, no, you're not. You have no clue. You have no clue what you're doing. You don't pay taxes. You don't have health care. You have no bills. You don't even pay rent, nothing. So you are not a grown man yet. Most people, not everybody. And then it's funny because when they go against grown men, it's like, well, he's fouling me. It's like, no, he's just stronger than you. So like I'd love to watch some 18-year-old kid try to ISO Mr. Bledsoe. This is gonna be I'm just gonna stand in the corner and kind of watch it. It's gonna be fun. Um, and I don't want to butcher anybody's name, but the latest transfer, I think from BYU, that just got he was like the number one guy. I'm blanking on his name.
Is it Jackson Robinson? Is that who you're
Yes,
thinking? Okay,
yes.
Jackson Robinson.
I, and after like I said, I wake up and I'm 8 hours ahead usually in Turkey, so I wake up and it's like Jackson Robinson commits to Kentucky, and then it's just all his highlights. And I think he's a guy that's really gonna embrace being at Kentucky and what it means to be at Kentucky, and obviously playing for Coach Pope, and understanding what Coach Pope is about. But I think having Coach Pope who played here and won here and knows what it takes, and having a guy that is with Coach Pope before, like this is a recipe for disaster for other teams and especially the SEC.